The information in this video is provided for informational and educational purposes only. Okay, let's face it, the majority of us with SMA have probably spent more time in hospitals than what we would like to, and it's probably something that we're not going to be able to escape from during our lifetime. So how do you know when it's time to go to the hospital? I'm not usually the kind of person that gets sick enough to require medical attention, but when it gets to the point where I'm having discomfort that I know that I can't take care of myself, that's usually a sign that I need someone else to help me. Those telltale signs will usually present themselves in a manner that makes my decision for me. High fever, shortness of breath, body chills and sweats, along with a myriad of other factors, usually convince me when it's time to seek medical attention. Stick around, and I'll give you some of the tips and tricks on what I do if I know that I'm going to have to go to the hospital. And hopefully my suggestions will make your stay in the hospital just a little bit better. If you know that you're going to the hospital, take the following items with you. Identification: driver's license or state ID card, Medicare or Medicaid cards. Usually, most Medicare and Medicaid plans have prescription drug coverage, but if not, and you do pay for a separate prescription plan, make sure that you bring these cards with you. Cell phones and chargers. Even though the emergency room and private rooms in hospitals have phones, having your own cell phone will make things easier for you. Laptop or tablets, along with charging cables. Being able to connect to the hospital Wi-Fi and having internet access can be very important. Not only does it connect you with the outside world, it'll also provide you a source of entertainment during your stay in the hospital. Something to take notes with. You may need to write something down, and usually, hospitals don't always provide you a pad of paper and a pen to take notes with. Pillows. These are very important for me, because I need pillows to prop under my legs to keep me comfortable, and for some reason, hospitals never have enough pillows. Don't ask me why. Blankets. They keep it cold in the hospital to keep infection down, but for me, I don't like to be cold, and while some hospitals will provide you with heated blankets, others may not offer this service. Having your own blanket can keep you warm in these cold environments. Prescription medication. This includes any pills that you take on an as-needed basis, not just on a daily basis. List of important phone numbers. This includes phone numbers of family and friends, along with other important numbers like your insurance company or other medically related contacts. Battery charger for your electric wheelchair. This includes all of the cords needed to go from your chair to your charger to make sure that your chair is being properly charged. Colostomy supplies. Some of you may have a colostomy like I do, and if so, it's important to bring your own supplies to the hospital. Most hospitals will allow you to use your own colostomy supplies, given the fact that these are such personal items and usually made and fitted for each individual person. List of allergies. Make sure that you inform your doctors and nurses of these particular allergies. Just because you may have been to that hospital before doesn't necessarily mean that they have all of these allergies on file in your medical records. Okay, so the doctor comes in and tells you that they're going to admit you into the hospital. What do you do now? Notify your family or caregivers that you're being admitted and give them your room number. Notify the ER doctor that you would like a room as close to the nurse's station as possible. Explain to them that you may have difficulty pressing the call button if you need help, and by being close to the nurse's station, you could always verbally call for one of the nurses if needed. If they are unable to put you next to a nurse's station, ask them for a sensitive touch button. This can be placed in your hand or even under your head, and it requires less pressure to activate than the button that may be on your bed. Tell the doctor that you would like a room that has a separate thermostat so that you can set the temperature in your room. Most hospitals have this option, and having a room with a separate thermostat will allow you to be more comfortable. Make sure that when they take you to your room, you have all of your items that you brought with you. My suggestion would be to keep all of your items together in one place while you're in the ER. That way, you can tell them just to put everything on the foot of your bed when they take you out of the ER and take you to your room. Due to HIPAA, which is the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, doctors and nurses can only give your status to approved individuals. Make sure that they have a list of these individuals. Make sure that you tell the doctor and nurses that you have SMA and explain to them what you need to remain comfortable in bed. Ask the doctors if they can provide you with an air mattress instead of the usual box spring mattress. These air mattresses will help provide pressure relief and will also help to keep you from getting bed sores. Ask the doctor if they can put a pressure release cuff on your feet and ankles. These pressure release cuffs can help to prevent swelling in your ankles and feet, and doctors will usually agree to do this because it also cuts down on the risk of blood clots. Now that you're in your room, what do you need to think about? Nurses usually work in 12-hour shifts, and you need to make sure that each one of your nurses fully understands what your needs are. Don't be embarrassed to tell them if you need help with bodily hygiene or other personal matters. Swallow your pride and accept the fact that others are going to have to do things for you that you can't do for yourself. You may want to request that your door be left open instead of closed. Out of habit, doctors and nurses may close your door when they're leaving your room, but if you want it open, make sure that you tell them. If your door is left open, it'll make it easier for you to get someone's attention if you need to. Keep your lights in your room as dim as possible. Having your room dimly lit will help you get some rest. Think about this time that you're in the hospital as a vacation. Yes, I know, what a lousy excuse for a vacation, but you're in the hospital for a reason. You're sick, and you need to allow your body time to heal. Take this time so that you can make a full recovery. Don't be afraid to speak up if you need something or if something is not going the way you want it to go. If you're not being taken care of properly, don't be afraid to speak to the charge nurse. The charge nurse is the one that all of the other nurses report to, and they can advocate for you to make sure that you're properly taken care of and that your stay in the hospital is more comfortable. Drink as much as possible. Even though they may have you on an IV drip for fluids, drink water as much as possible to ensure that your body is well hydrated. This may mean that you have to urinate more than usual, but that's okay. When you feel the urge to urinate, call your nurse and let them help you. Remember, you're not asking them to do something that's not already part of their responsibilities. Eat all 3 meals that they bring you each day. Hospitals have hired chefs that are very good at their trade, and hospital food as a whole has definitely gotten better. Usually, you can order specific items for each meal, so make sure that you get something that you know that you'll eat. Don't try to be creative and try new foods. Stick with what you know that you'll eat. Okay, so the doctor comes in and tells you that you're being released. What do you do now? Notify your family members or caregivers immediately and let them know that you're going to be released. It usually takes a couple of hours for your paperwork to get filled out before you're released, so ask your doctors and nurses to give you a timeline as to when your family members or caregivers can come pick you up. Make sure that you get all of your items together as soon as you're notified that you're being released. Don't wait until the last minute before you leave your room to start gathering your items. Once you're notified that you're being released, have someone put all of your items together in one area. That way you'll know everything is ready to go. Understand all of the paperwork that they give you when you're released. This paperwork may include prescriptions that you have to take to your pharmacy. Some hospitals will call in your prescriptions for you, while others may give you your written prescriptions that you need to take to the pharmacy yourself. Get your prescriptions filled immediately. Most pharmacies are open until 9 p.m., but if you get released late in the day, try to locate a 24-hour pharmacy in your area. If you know it's going to be the next day before you can get your prescriptions filled, ask your doctor if they can give you a couple of pills to take while your prescriptions are being filled. When you get home, follow the instructions that they gave you in your paperwork. Don't be all gung-ho and think that you can conquer the world as soon as you get home. Take the time that you need so that your body can heal, so that you can make a full recovery. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you got some information out of it that you can use as well. If you enjoyed this episode of the Morale Monologue, give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe to the SMA News Today YouTube channel. We would greatly appreciate it. Remember, when you subscribe, click on the bell icon. That way you'll be notified of any new videos that we produce. We at SMA News Today hope all of you have had a fantastic day. Do me a favor this upcoming week. Do something for yourself that's going to make you a better person. Until next time, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.